What's going on, guys? Matty Fusaro here, back with another Q&A jam session. Just Ask Matty. Sitting outside enjoying the weather. Got your questions right here, so let's get started. Just a heads up, if this gets too long, I might split it up into two parts, but we'll see where it goes. First question, Diego Borelli. If you can use only 3 pieces of gym equipment for the rest of your life, what would they be? I would probably use dumbbells, maybe a cable station, and probably a bench. Keep it simple, you know. What about you? What would you use? Leave in the comments below. Whoever's watching, let me know what your 3 pieces of equipment would be. John Davey, do you really need a gym for a well-built physique, in your opinion? I guess it depends where you're going with this question, because what if you have weights at home? So then you really don't need a gym. But as far as do you actually need weights, I guess you're trying to ask, to build a good physique? Not really. There's plenty of exercises you could do at home or outdoors or anything. Calisthenics are great exercises. You know, you can always, as long as you're focusing on progressive tension overload. So if you're doing push-ups and you want to make it more challenging, you know, do one-handed push-ups. Put your feet up on a platform. Do a handstand push-up. Do pull-ups outside on a tree, and then do pull-ups with a weight in between your legs. As long as you're, you know, progressively getting stronger and have a good diet, you can build a pretty nice physique without weights. Trent Whalen, have you ever used a product known as Kefir Probiotic? Unfortunately, I have not, so I can't recommend it to you or not. I'm sure it's just another marketing thing. You say it's like a smoothie, so I'm sure it's not necessary, but that's your preference. Eduardo Alvarez, do you work out at home if you can't make it to the gym? I guess it depends on how long I'm absent from the gym. I do have some weights at home, but, you know, if it's a couple of days, you know, I'll enjoy the rest. I'll take the days off, let my body, you know, recuperate a little bit, and then get back into the gym. But if it's like a long period of time, for whatever reason, I can't get to the gym, yeah, I'll do some stuff at home. Again, some calisthenic work, some pull-ups, push-ups, ab exercises, anything like that. Just something to keep my body going. Alan Muharin, can someone lift only 50 to 70% of their max and use supplements like creatine, pre-workouts, or mass gainers and actually gain muscle mass, or does it have to be 100% heavy lifting? Well, first off, creatine, pre-workout supplements, stuff like that, that's not going to make you gain muscle mass. I'll do a video on creatine. I'm sure you already know what it is. And same with pre-workouts. That's going to give you energy and give you a kick in the gym, but it's not going to make you gain muscle mass. That's going to come through your lifting principles and your diet. Can you lift 50 to 70% of your max and build muscle? Yeah, but you have to think of it this way. Let's say you train with 100 pounds on the bench press. If you're using 50% of that, you're lifting 50 pounds. If you consistently do that, you're not going to gain muscle. You know, you have to progressively overload, get stronger each workout. So you can keep it between the 50 and 70% range for a while, but just make sure you're increasing something the next workout, whether it be the reps, you can increase volume, frequency, weight. So you do have to progressively overload to actually put on that muscle mass, and of course, be in a caloric surplus and follow a good diet. But there's no reason to go 100% heavy lifting. Unless, of course, you're like a power lifter or you're competing in powerlifting. Serge Garabedian, is the type of cardio you do when cutting make a difference? Is one better than the other for fat loss, high intensity versus low intensity, treadmill versus elliptical? The type of cardio you're doing? No. What it all comes down to really when you're cutting is being in a caloric deficit. And that's really it. Cardio is a good supplement to increase the size of the deficit, but other than that, there's no secret or magic trick. It's just tracking your macros, remaining in a deficit consecutively, and you'll get cut. Muhammad Khan, what is your body fat percentage when you're on a cut and are ripped to the fullest? Last summer was probably when I was the lowest body fat I've ever been. I went to an exercise physiologist and actually had it professionally tested, you know, in a fasted state, had my resting metabolic rate hooked up, you know, I was hooked up to a machine. I got that all tested out, all scientific calculations and whatnot, and it came out to be about 5.4%. I have the paperwork. If I get it, I'll shoot you a message, but it was between 5 and 6%. Alex Lightfoot, best exercise for shaping the bottom of the pecs. Well, I'm going to do a video on this as well, but there's really no such thing as shaping and toning muscles. That shape look that you get is from having the muscle there and then a low enough body fat percentage to reveal the true shape of the muscle. So, you know, stick to your compound movements for chest. You know, you can target certain areas, Like, you know, if you want to hit the upper chest, you do some incline presses. If you want to target the lower area, you could do some bent over dips. You could do, you know, cable crossovers and really squeeze. But again, as far as shaping and toning, that just comes from having a low body fat percentage and, you know, having the muscle behind it to show it. David Humphries, kind of a weird question. I've been going to the gym for about a year steady now. Noticing size and strength differences between my right and left arm. Alright, so this has to do with proportion between his arms. I actually, on the last Q&A video, someone had a question like this. I'll throw a link on the screen right here, and I'll write the time that I talk about that in so you can take a look at that, and hopefully that helps you out. Jonny G, Ninja Bic. Thanks for the question. He asks, what's your favorite salad dressing from Walden Farms? I would probably have to say Chipotle Ranch. For those of you who don't know Jonny G, Ninja Bic, again, I'll throw a link to his YouTube channel on there. Fellow YouTuber friend of mine, just hit a couple of PRs for himself. It's incredible strength, great channel, very down to earth. And actually, Campbell Fitness just shouted him out for YouTuber of the Month, so I highly suggest checking him out. Gary Huin. When someone's coming off a long cut, should they bump their calories up to maintenance and maintain that for a while, or should they be aiming at 1 pound a week gain? A long cut, you know, bumping your calories to maintenance, you have to find your true maintenance first. It's not going to be the same as when you first started, especially if you're getting extremely lean, like contest lean. The body does not like being that lean. So you're messing with your hormones, you're messing with your metabolism, all that starts to slow down. So bumping up to the true maintenance which you started at before is not going to be the same as it is after coming off of a cut. So gaining 1 pound a week is going to be mostly fat gain if you're coming off of a long cut. That's, you know, 1 pound a week is not going to be muscle. It doesn't come on that quick. It takes time. So I would introduce calories very slowly, you know, even 1 to 200 after a cut, and increase as necessary. You don't want to jump too high and then, you know, not be pleased that you're gaining more fat than you intend and have to cut back. So, you know, if you're coming off of a cut, increase the calories very slowly. You can look up the rebound. You know, people get a rebound after doing a bodybuilding contest. You know, just Google it and you'll find out exactly what that is. Tim Hinriches. I would like to hear your opinion on drinking alcohol while bulking or cutting. According to If It Fits Your Macros, if I plan on drinking in the evening, should I treat alcohol as carbs? I like this question a lot because summer's coming, people like to party, and I'm going to do a video all about alcohol. And, you know, what it comes down to is, you know, if you do choose to drink, do it in moderation. I'm not going to sit here and preach to you about drinking alcohol and tell you you're never going to get gains if you drink alcohol, or you're not serious about bodybuilding if you get drunk. Hey man, I go out with my friends. I have a great time. I drink every now and then, you know, for fun. Not that I have to drink to have fun, but if, you know, me and my boys are going out to watch a game, I'll have a couple of drinks, absolutely. Even if there's an event with the family or something like that, you know, you get drunk every once a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever you choose to do. But as far as cutting out like carbs, you know, I don't want to get too far into this because I will make a video on it, but the body sees alcohol as a toxin. So when you consume food with alcohol, your body's not going to try and metabolize and oxidize the food that you ate. It's going to attack the alcohol and try to get rid of that out of your system before it does anything with that food. So the food is really going to get stored until the alcohol's all gone. And yeah, I'm going to save that one for the video. Let me see how long this is right now. 9 minutes. All right, I think we're going to cut this here and do a part 2 because I still got a bunch of questions left. As you can see, there's a lot on here. So let me cut it now, and I'll after I upload this, I'll upload part 2 right after it. So I'll be right back.